Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Hannah. I teach meditation and mindfulness, and I'm also a creative and a lifelong seeker. And so through this channel and through my other offerings, I'm here to inspire a new way of being, which is living in the moment with more ease and alignment with our true selves. I've been on a wild journey of self-discovery and self-love over the last many years, and I'm here to share that journey with you, with all of the ups and downs, all of the tools, tips and lessons that I learn along the way. So welcome if you are new here, and today we're going to be talking about mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Well, I like to define mindfulness as being the practice of bringing focused attention to the present moment. So this is all really about bringing our awareness, our focus, our attention to whatever the present moment holds. So this could be awareness of our environment, awareness of what's happening around us, awareness of our thoughts, our emotions, how we're feeling, awareness of our physical body and our sensations, awareness of anything really that the present moment holds. And so if we look at it this way, it really is quite simple, but it's not always easy, because there are so many things in our day-to-day life that will take us away from that focus, that will take us away from the present moment. And this is really where our lives are happening. The present moment is the only moment that we ever really have access to. So if you think about it, we can't go back to the past. The past has been and gone. We can reflect on the past, we can learn from the past, we can have memories of the past, good or bad, but we can't go back there. And the same goes with the future. The future is something that never really comes. The only moment that we can ever really access is this one. So often if we're too caught up in the future, if we're thinking too much about the future, we can feel a sense of anxiety. We might feel a lot of uncertainty come up because the future is unknown. We can plan for the future, we can get excited about the future, or we can also worry about the future because we don't ever really know what it's going to hold. This moment is the only one that we can ever really be fully aware of, or ever really know what is happening is in this moment. So this is where mindfulness can really help us to reduce stress. It can help us to relieve anxiety. It can help us to just navigate whatever life is presenting us with. It can help us to navigate and move through any challenges that come up in our day-to-day life, and to be here in this moment so that we can appreciate this moment for what it is and appreciate the joys that life brings, but also to be able to be with and sit with any discomfort as it comes up, because that's also an inevitable part of life. There's always going to be difficulties, there's always going to be challenges, and there's always going to be different obstacles that come up along the way that we're faced with. So mindfulness can be a really beautiful tool to help us to kind of move through life with a bit more ease. And so how do we practice mindfulness? Well, there are many different ways that we can practice mindfulness, and essentially anything that encourages us to focus our attention is going to be a great place to start. So I like to call these entry points into the present moment. And things like our senses can be a really great way to tune into the present moment. So noticing what we can see, hear, smell, taste and touch. The same goes with our breath. Our breath is something that is constantly with us throughout our lives. It's a constant in every moment of our life. We are always breathing. We always have access to our breath. So this is why the breath is often used as a tool in mindfulness or in meditation. It's commonly used, and there are certain breathing techniques that you can use, and I'm sure I'll be sharing some with you on this channel at some point in the future. There is also you always have the option to just take a nice deep breath, and even just taking one deep conscious breath. Let's do it now. You might like to even do another one because it's really nice and relaxing. Even just doing one deep conscious breath can send a really clear message to our nervous system that we're safe, and it can help us to calm down our nervous system. So the breath is a great tool, a great entry point into the present moment. It's also useful to know that sometimes the breath isn't helpful. Some people can feel even more anxious when they focus on their breath. So if it's not helpful to you, don't use it. Everything that I share here on this channel and in all of my teachings, the meditation sessions that I run, it's really up to you to use whatever is helpful for you. And you might find that certain things resonate and certain tools are helpful at different times of your life, and you might want to just focus on those ones that are helpful to you. So the breath can be a helpful tool, but if it's not supportive to you right now, that's okay as well. Another thing that can be a helpful entry point into the present moment, so to help us to focus our attention, is noticing when we interact with water. Water is something that we interact with throughout our days. Every day we wash our hands, we brush our teeth with water, we drink water, we bathe, we have showers with water. We also use it in cooking, making a cup of tea or a coffee. It's something that we interact with so many times throughout our days. So noticing these moments where we're interacting with something like water can be a really great tool at helping us to notice whether or not we're present, whether we're focusing our attention. Remember, mindfulness being the practice of bringing focused attention to the present moment. So water can be a really great tool to help us to kind of remind ourselves to be present, to notice when we are or even may not be present. I often say that the best way to practice mindfulness is to notice when we're not present, to notice those moments where we may be distracted or taken off with thoughts, and we may be getting caught up in the past or the future. And that's just an invitation to come back to this moment. So I'll leave it there for today. I hope that this has been helpful. I hope it's given you a good introduction into what mindfulness is and what it's really all about, and some small ways that we can start to introduce mindfulness into our everyday lives so that we can feel a greater sense of calm, a greater sense of ease, so that we can reduce stress and anxiety, and so that we can be present for our lives as they're happening here and now. So I'll leave you with one last thought, and that is to look for mindful moments throughout your day. Look for these moments, these small moments in your life where you can practice bringing your focused attention to the present moment. I hope that this is helpful. I hope it serves you. And if you'd like to learn a little bit more about mindfulness, I have a 21-day mindfulness program called the Mindful Map, and I'll leave the information in the description box below if you'd like to check that out. I also have a podcast called Kindful, the podcast, and I share so many different tools, tips, lessons. I share about my journey of self-discovery. I share about everything that I'm going through and all of the lessons that I'm learning along the way. So if you'd like to check that out, I would love for you to listen to it. All right, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you. There's no one else just like you, and I'm just so grateful to have you here. All right, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.